From the past to the future to the past, back to the future, this week's episode of Sailor Moon Crystal had a lot of time travel and some pretty interesting revelations. But safe to say this week's episode was pretty damn simple, not gonna lie. So let's just talk about some of the highlights this week. In this week's episode of Sailor Moon Crystal, we get to learn a little bit more about what went down in the 30th century when the brand new Silver Millennium Kingdom was destroyed by the Black Moon Clan. This week's episode also confirms a few things. We do now know that Neo Queen Serenity and King Endymion are the future versions of Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask, and they ended up having a child, and that child ended up being Chibiusa. This is a huge fact for both Mamoru and for Usagi to learn. However, their relationship is still strained in this week's episode, which I still think is kind of strange, because I thought they actually patched that up in last week's episode, because towards the end, Usagi gets all angry again over the fact that Mamoru is trying to protect Chibiusa. It's kind of an annoying plot point, but really it's a minor one. The other things to take away from this week's episode is just getting to learn what actually happened in the future, and apparently things looked pretty cool because this legendary silver crystal not only looks pretty awesome, but it has this other hidden ability to allow people to actually have unnaturally long lives, to live longer. Not only for Sailor Moon, the Sailor Senshi, Tuxedo Mask, but for all of the people of Earth as well. Earth had just reached a brand new form of peace, everyone was living longer, everyone was happy, when suddenly the Black Moon Clan decides to come around and screw all of that up with their evil black crystal, and they start to siphon all the energy and kill everybody, and literally destroy the entire kingdom, leaving Neo Queen Serenity in this state of stasis, where she's stuck within the legendary silver crystal, kind of like she's frozen in carbonite, and it seems like everybody else has been completely wiped out by the blast, except for King Endymion. He's able to sort of like project his image so that he can tell this story to all of his old friends. It's also interesting to note that we also have another cat in this series who goes by the name of Diana, who also happens to be the daughter of Artemis and Luna. I honestly thought that was pretty surprising and honestly pretty funny. But pretty much that's it. Really, they were just trying to learn a little bit more about the 30th century so that they can go back to the past and prevent all of these events from happening and battling the Black Moon Clan. The end of the episode actually does end with a little bit of action, with Chibiusa being attacked by this one weird lady who has these almost like sand-looking hands that she can stretch out and multiply, and she ends up fighting against Sailor Moon, Tuxedo Mask, and Sailor V, which they end up basically just getting defeated because at the end of this week's episode, suddenly Prince Demond shows up out of nowhere, and his weird Black Moon symbol turns into this creepy little eyeball, and he starts to take control of Sailor Moon, the future Neo Queen Serenity. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Sailor Moon Crystal? Incredibly simple episode right here, which frankly, I was hoping a little bit more could have happened. Basically, this was just a big exposition fest and just getting a big reunion with Chibiusa, with her father, and getting to see what really happened to her kingdom in the future. Aside from that, there's just a few other confirmations, like this brand new cat character of Diana, just reaffirming the fact that Sailor Pluto is indeed the master of space and time and born from Kronos, which I thought was pretty awesome sounding. At the beginning of this episode, the one thing that really confused me was the fact that King Endymion and Neo Queen Serenity look basically exactly the same, despite the fact that they're now the rulers of Earth in this brand new kingdom, and they have a daughter and everything, but they do a pretty decent job of at least explaining that this legendary silver crystal gives people their youth and gives them longer lives, so at least they did explain that. Otherwise, this was just an okay episode, which is still sort of setting up the big final battle between Sailor Moon and the Black Moon Clan. I don't really know where it's going, but I imagine they are eventually going to save the Sailor Senshi and end up having a really big battle. Some other interesting things about the villains, though, in this week's episode is they keep bringing up the character of Wise Man, who's that weird crystal ball using guy who works for the Black Moon Clan. And again, I still think there's a lot more to this guy than we realize. He seems like he's going to be something of a big surprise villain for the show, because he seems to be playing a lot of big things behind the scenes. I really can't wait to see him in action. Otherwise, this was an okay episode, decent animation, decent artwork, pretty much more of the same from what you've seen, but it was a pretty nice setup episode with some good exposition. So I'm going to give this week's episode a 3 out of 5. Just an average fun episode of Sailor Moon Crystal. If you're a fan of Sailor Moon, whether you read the manga or even watching all the various anime versions, check out this week's episode. You might see something you like. Thank you guys for watching my review. Before you guys leave, make sure to tell me what you thought about this week's episode of Sailor Moon Crystal in the comment section below. What did you think of the future versions of the Sailor Moon characters? And what do you hope to see from the rest of the Black Moon Clan arc? Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. That way you can see all of our latest anime and manga reviews. Follow us on social media like Facebook and on Twitter. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby.